So Sheryl Swoopes has said absolute nonsense, and she is trying to speak it into existence. She is trying to break up the Fever. She is actually trying to break up the Indiana Fever, which is not a surprise, but like, I've only gotten through part of this, by the way. I've only gotten through part of what Sheryl Swoopes says, but she is trying to break up the Indiana Fever. So we're going to be listening to part of the Gilbert Arenas podcast, and I will be giving I'll be cutting in through clips. Obviously, it is right here. It was streamed live. The whole thing is here if you guys want to see it. We are only going to be looking at some parts of it. And by the way, again, she did not mention Caitlin Clark's name until she said that she wasn't dominant. When she was talking about the Fever having a chance against the Sun, she was talking about how the Fever have Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and then off the bench, how they only really have Temi Fagbenle. Also said Nalissa Smith is an elite player when she gets minutes. No, Nalissa Smith statistically is one of the worst players in the WNBA. Like, and this is what she said about the players. I need to find it here. Where is it?
Well, here's my point. The beginning of the year, right? Everybody saw it. The Fever played, I don't know, how many games?
6.
Shit, but tons, right? They played a lot of games the first half of the season.
Yeah.
And you can see the difference that rest made for this team, for individual players and for the team. But at the beginning of the year, you have a player like an Aaliyah Boston, who was Rookie of the Year last year, #1 draft pick, a hell of a player. But because things weren't going the way everybody thought they should, then you got social media coming out calling her everything but a child of God. Made the kid delete her social media. And now that they're winning and she's playing better, oh my God, we love you, Aaliyah.
Yeah.
That's is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. But like, that's no different than playing for the Lakers, than playing for Real Madrid, than playing for the scum side of Manchester, than playing for, I'm trying to get top teams, maybe the Celtics to an extent, the Knicks. The Knicks is a big one. Like, maybe in football there are other teams that I just don't know much about. But that happens. And Gilbert Arenas actually has to explain this whole thing, and he is on the money with what he says.
I don't know.
But the devil's advocate.
Time out.
The devil's advocate.
But time out, because I need to say this, because I know how this shit works. I haven't had a conversation with anybody.
And by the way, she also then said that there are players in the Indiana Fever team that she didn't say, sorry, she implied that there are players in the Fever team that want to leave. She basically implied there are significant players that aren't happy with that all and want out. And then she has to say at the end of it, oh, I haven't spoke to anyone. So either one of two things. Either she's trying to start up rumors that there are players that want to leave, or she has spoke to somebody. And I don't think it's the latter. I think she's just spitballing. I think she's just talking. She's just rambling. And I think she wants this Fever team to fail. I think she wants this 22-year-old wearing 22 to fail. Because she just, well, again, this is, 3 days after her all-time points record was broken by her?
I don't know who leaving, who's staying. I'm just talking, right? Scenarios, that's all.
Devil's advocate on a situation. Who is complaining that they're not getting recognition again?
Who?
What team?
The Sky?
No. What team is?
The Lynx.
Okay, so how good is the Lynx?
Very good.
And no one's paying attention to them. No matter how good they're playing, no one's paying attention to them. So all those players on there is fighting for a light, right? Fever has this big, bright light, which means someone like Boston, you wasn't playing well, everyone don't like you, right? When you are playing well, Jesus, open up the red carpet. Boom. So she's getting the red carpet treatment when she's playing well, and when she's not.
Who's she getting the red carpet treatment?
Just social media people, right? So what ends up happening is, as hateful as everybody was to her, her jersey, when they loved her, her jersey's moving like hotcakes. She's getting voted into the All-Star game.
And that's the reality of it. That is the reality of it. And that's the problem with playing under the bright lights. Some players can't do it. Just like why some players, when they went to the Knicks for so many years, just stunk it up. Why players just could not play when they played for the Knicks. It was like they forgot how to play the sport of basketball. But that is the reality in the entire situation, is that there is a brighter light on you. And Gilbert Arenas is on the money right there, because Russell Westbrook, for an example, Russell Westbrook never got anywhere near as much hate, or anyone who plays with LeBron. These players can just be mediocre in other places. If you're mediocre with LeBron, you're gonna get the most hate. But if you're good with LeBron, if you're on a team that has eyeballs, and you're good, they'll never forget it. They will never forget you. Like, I'm trying to think of a hypothetical scenario of a player, and it's like, heck, someone like a Mario Chalmers probably saw both extremes. One, no one knows who Mario Chalmers is, unless you were watching college basketball in the year of 2008. No one knows who Mario Chalmers is if he's not on the Heat. Heck, let's say Norris Cole. No one knows who Norris Cole is, but you know what? He was good with LeBron, so people remember who Norris Cole is. who was Austin Reeves. Why Austin Reeves is on Team USA. Man, Austin Reeves isn't a top 100 player in the world, but he's making Team USA. Because the bright lights are on him. He's playing well. But then, if you're a Russell Westbrook, if you are a... I think players have been bad with LeBron James. Danny Green. Let's not forget the abuse Danny Green got during the bubble. The reality of it is, the fact is that that's what happens in sports. Just like Real Madrid. When Gareth Bale was balling, he was at his most popular. They loved him. And then as soon as the fans turned on Gareth Bale in Madrid, he was public enemy number one. Harry Maguire in the red side of Manchester. Like, when he's playing well, he's their captain, he's the best defender in the world, and as soon as he starts playing bad, it's the worst, like, he's just going to get abuse. So the reality of this is, like, what Gilbert Arenas is saying is right. That this is no different than playing for a premier, the box office franchise leads to that. Sports fans are sports fans. They love you when it's going well. If you are playing with Caitlin Clark, there's a reason why Aaliyah Boston was second in All-Star votes, ahead of Angel Reese, ahead of Aja Wilson. There's a reason why I can almost guarantee you next season, Aaliyah Boston's jersey probably goes to number 2 in sales. There's a reason why Kate Martin's jersey is number 4, just because she was a pretty good college player to play with Caitlin Clark. Kate Martin was not the second best player on those Iowa teams. The first championship run, it was Monica Zanano. The second championship run, it was Hannah Stuelke. And you better believe if Monica Zanano was in the WNBA right now, even playing no minutes, her jersey would be in the top 5 in jersey sales too. The reality of this is that if you are good playing with the team that has all the eyes, great. If you are bad, it's going to be the lowest of the low. And that's the reality of the situation when you're playing with Caitlin Clark, is players have to know that that is going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop it. And are you built for it? And I'm telling you, Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell are built for it. They are built for it. And you know what? As a bench player, Erica Wheeler's freaking built for it. Damaris Dantas, she is just, like, there is just no expression there. There is no emotion. Damaris Dantas just shoots the ball with no conscience. She gets it. She's going for that Dantas fade. She's going to jog up and down the floor and shoot every time she touches it. She's got no conscience. She's built for that. Temi Fagbenle is built for that. From London. You got to be tough. You got to be tough to grow up through basketball in England to be that good. And there's some players that clearly just aren't built for it. Like, for example, I don't think Katie Lou's built for it, even though she went to UConn. But that's the reality situation.
So it is a hate and love thing. So as the player, you have to understand that. Either you're going to have this really high level hate and love, or you can be playing very great and no one notices you. But you can be playing very bad and no one notices you. So which one do you want to be in? Because you can average 20 and get 200,000. You can average 15, get 600,000, and they hate you or love you for it. Yep. So it's a.
He's right. He's absolutely right. You can go to a big market or you can go to a small market where nobody cares. I'm trying to think of like a player that just consistently was good in a small market and no one gave a damn. Right now, Larry Markkinen. If Larry Markkinen was doing what he was doing now, he was ranked like the 31st best player in the NBA by ESPN, I think. If he was doing what he was doing now in a big market, he'd be top 15. No question.
Pulling, it's a tugging. It's one of these, and you got to, like, her now, today. They love that girl. It's not the same as when the beginning of the season. Like, when you see them on social media, you're like, okay, it's the Kobe and Shaq. There's a Kobe and Shaq right now.
I don't even know if they love her now. My thing is this.
You don't know if they love Aaliyah Boston now, Miss Sheryl Swoopes. You don't know if they love Aaliyah Boston. I wish you guys didn't have to just listen to this. You don't know. She was second in All-Star votes. She had more All-Star votes than Aja Wilson.
When they're winning.
She's the best. Yeah.
No, she ain't the best player.
She's not the best player, but she's a hell of a player.
When they're winning, it's like, oh, Aaliyah had a good game.
Yeah.
No. It's not, oh, Aaliyah had a good game and they're winning. When we're winning, it's, man, Aaliyah Boston's Jokic. Aaliyah Boston's the best passing big. She's the highest IQ big in the league. Oh my God, Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark are winning 3 championships together. Like that's the extent when it goes to winning. And that's that's not even the problem. That is what WNBA fans think is a problem. Is the fact is that when it comes to fandom, a lot of the times it's highest of the high and lowest of the low. I'm a freaking Leeds United fan. Do you realize that, like, if people think I'm stressed watching Fever games, you better believe the stress level's 100 times higher for Leeds.
And as soon as they lose a game, it's right back to, why is she here?
Why is she here?
So
What do you mean, why is she here? If they lose a game, in fairness, it depends on how they lose a game. The last time they lost a game, no, that one was... That one was, Caitlin, why did you score 0 points in the first half? And Kelsey, why did you not shoot the ball in the second half?
Player, though, from a mental standpoint, I don't know if I want to subject myself to that every single game.
But that's the difference between this whole mental health movement and just being mentally strong and mentally resilient to take the fact that you're going to play bad, you're going to play good, they're going to fucking love you, they're going to fucking hate you. This is the part of being a professional. I show up regardless if you niggas love me or hate me.
No doubt.
Because at the
And like Rashad McCants is on the money with that as well, where it's like, you got to know that's happening. And obviously, I would advise none of these players to have social media because you can avoid the bad. You can avoid the bad with some stuff. You really can. But I genuinely do think that every player that goes to the Fever needs to know exactly what they're getting themselves into. And I think a lot of them do. That's why I think like a Satu Sabali is a perfect player for Indiana, because she is a big market personality. You can see just anytime she's on, you can see it when she's ever being interviewed. She's someone that you know wants to be in a big market. Yes, she's German, but you know she doesn't want to be in Dallas. She wants to be in a big market in the WNBA. And even though it's Indiana, just like when LeBron was in Cleveland and Cleveland became a big market, Indiana is a big market because of Caitlin Clark. And I think when you find the players that want to be in that big market, when you find those role players, by the way, no one knows who Lexi Hull is. She is, until the last couple of months, she was a 25% three-point shooter who was a pretty good defender. No one knows who Lexi Hull is. She is in the same breath as Celeste Taylor. Heck, no one knows who Celeste Taylor is if she wasn't playing with Caitlin Clark. The reality of the situation is these players got to make a choice. Are you built for it or are you not? And the reality is Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, they're built for it.